እርስ በርስ ካለ ደረጃ ላይ
ካወጡት ከሃዲያ ሆሳዕና ጋር ነው በጣም በመከላከል ጠንካሮች ናቸው ምን አይነት ጨዋታ እንጠብቅ
እውነት ነው ተቀራራቢ ነው በአብዛኛው ከተጋጣሚያችን ጋር ያለን የጨዋታ መንገድ ተቀራራቢ ነው በርግጥ ተጋጣሚያችን ላይ ብዙ እስካሁን ባከናወናቸው ጨዋታዎች ብዙ ጎሎች አልተቆጠሩበትም ይሄ ተጠበቃል አሁንም በአብዛኛው መከላከል ላይ ያተኮረ ጨዋታ እንደሚጫወቱ ይተበቃል ስለዚህ እኛ ደግሞ ዛሬ መከተል የፈለግነው ከዚህ ቀደም የነበረን በካውንተር አታክ መልሶ የማጥቃት ጨዋታውን አንጠቀምም ዛሬ ኳስ ላይ መሰረት ባደረገ መልኩ በተለይ ፔኔትሬሽን ላይ ለማተኮር ነው የፈለግነው ምናልባት ከተሳካለን ያንን ነው ለማድረግ ያቀርነው
ኳስ ላይ መሰረት ያደረገ የጨዋታ እንቅስቃሴ እንከተላለን ብለዋል አሰልጣኝ ዘላለም ሽፈራው ምርጥ 11ቸው ያንን ለማድረግ የሚያስችል ነው
እንግዲህ አማካይ ክፍል ላይ በርካታ ተጫዋቾችን መጠቀም ፈልገዋል ይሄ ደግሞ ያው የአማካይ ክፍል የበላይነቱን ለመውሰድ እድል የሚሰጣቸው ነው የሚሆነው የዛሬ ጨዋታ የዚህ ቡድን ቁልፍ ተጫዋች የሚሆነው ግን ቢኒያም ፍቅሬ ይመስለኛል ጸጋይ ብርሃኑ በሌለበት ጨዋታ ላይ በተለይ ከአማካይ ክፍል የሚላኩ ኳሶችን ሆልድ በማድረግ በመያዝ የቡድን ጓደኞቹ ወደ ጨዋታ እንዲገቡና የግብ ዕድሎች እንዲፈጠሩ ራሱን በማስቆጠር ረገድ ቢኒያም ፍቅሬ ትልቅ የቤት ስራ ይጠብቀዋል ብዙ ሩጫ ብዙ ጉልበት የሚጠይቀው ጨዋታ ይመስለኛል
ክቡራን ተመልካቾቻችን ሃዲያ ሆሳዕና ይህን ጨዋታ ካሸነፈ ወደ ሁለተኝነት የመምጣት እድሉን ያሰፋል ከፋሲል ከነማ ጋር ያለውን የነጥብ ልዩነትም ማጥበብ ይችላል በተቃራኒው ወላይታ ድቻ ማሸነፍ የሚችል ከሆነ ደግሞ ከወራጅነት ቀጠና ለመውጣት ወሳኙ ጨዋታ ይሆናል ይህንን አጓጊ ጨዋታ በሱፐር ስፖርት እንድትመለከቱ በአክብሮት እንጋብዛችኋለን በአማርኛው የጨዋታ የቀጥታ ስርጭት አወቅ አብርሃምና መኮንን ኃይሉ በእንግሊዝኛው ደግሞ በርናንድ ኦቴኔውና ጊልበርት ሲሌባዋ ጨዋታዎቹን በቀጥታ ወደ እናንተ የሚያስተላልፉላችሁ ይሆናል መልካም የሰኞ ከሰዓት ከሱፐር ስፖርት ጋር ይሆንላችሁ
If you think you've seen it all in Josie, yeah.
Welcome back to the Bahar Dar International Stadium. It's going to be the afternoon kickoff. This one is going to be against about Hadiyya Hosaina playing Wolayta Dicha. And again, it will be a search for points here as the gap opens up at the top, where the teams are really fighting to stay close to each other, but it's beginning to open up in favor of only a few of the teams. So even as the match commissioner, Ephraim Mengistu, will be walking them onto the field, we know that Hadiyya Hosaina will need to work very, very hard to at least get to where the others are. They are fourth at the moment on their log. And the big question is whether or not they can be able to get to the other side of the points. They're still within the 20s. We know a team that has already gone over to the 30s. That is the Fasil side, being chased by everybody else, and then making sure that nobody catches up with them. But Hadiyya Hosaina is still one of the ones that you can call in contention for the title if they can make sure that they are winning most of their matches. But then they'll also have to pray that the other teams are losing theirs, because that will be the difference. It's a little bit of a change in the number of players they have as well on the Hadiyya Hosaina side, and a good number of them are not being seen in the team sheet. Dinke Kebede, I think he's there today, and he wasn't there the last time. Michael Joreje starts at the bench again. I'll give you the full list of that with Bismarck Apea and Dao Tessa and Jula Mulatu being in the game here. Kalusha Al-Hassan scored the goal the last time that floored Jima. And he has been given a start again to see whether he can be able to capitalize on that. Bismarck Apea and Dao Tessa together with Jula Mulatu are up for the front. Mulatu needs to give more contribution than the much talked of penalty against the Beta, which by now should have been forgotten by most of the players. Manuel Gobena is another one. Enoch Arficho gets another start in that side. Of course, Muntari will have to watch out not to pick up unnecessary cards like he did the last time in almost the 95th minute of the game. So Ashinafi Bekele, the former Ethiopia Bank's defender, knows very well that he's got to pick up the points in this one. He can't just afford to play it, for the sake of playing it. And sports officer Betsegai Shibru will be the center referee, assisted by a textile businessman, Abera Abrideu, and an electrician, Fresgi Tesfaye. Then a facilities manager, Abtamu Mengiste, will be the fourth official. Up at the frontier, they will be preferring Binyam Fikre. He's yet to get himself onto the score chart, but it really does trouble the men up at the front. Behind him will be the runs of Yared Dawits to help him out. And then they've got a 4 in behind the strikers. And that's a very interesting way in which they'll be lining up with Idris Said together with Nesanet Gebremedin and Messiah Genyehu, and of course Sherinet Guksa, who will be playing together with his brother Antene Guksa. Wolayta Ditch have made a couple of signings, we are made to understand, but they are not going to be using them. And I think they have a former Ghanaian in that team and a Nigerian who they're bringing in as well. We have the names, we're just trying to confirm it. In fact, one of them used to play here in Ethiopia, and was probably the reason why Jima Bajifra did not sign any players in the first leg, because they hadn't paid him. Now, that man who's cutting the figure of starring in a Wild West movie is Ashinafi Bekele. He's coming against Jilalem Shiferau in the Wolayta Ditch side to try and challenge for the points. Now we probably will be getting a little bit more song and dance, where the teams are having a good support as well, and to see how they are going to be lining up for it. This man is the goalkeeper of the Wolayta Ditch side, Netsanet Gebrebedin, starting today. Of course, expecting the best to happen for their side. Mohamed Muntari would be invoking the most valuable prayer for the game today. Betsegeu Shibru brings the game to a start. Wolayta Ditch, having played 12, are in position 9. They have won only 4 of the matches, drawn 2 and lost a large number, 6 for sure. They've scored 19 goals, but they have conceded 16. So, that's a goal difference of 3 and a plus a points 14. So Keepers Company, Aweke Abraham and Marcos will take you through the 90 minutes in America. I am Bernardo Tieno in the company of Gilbert Salebo to help you get through the 90 minutes of this one in English. Hadiyya Hosaina, having played 12, have won 6, drawn 5 and lost only 1. They have 13 goals for and 6 against. That makes for a plus 7 goal difference. They are right above Ethiopia, below St. George and Ethiopia Buna. On the other side, the Wolayta Ditch side is above Duredao, who have 12, Sidama with 11, Jima with 10, and Adama with 7. But those are just statistics. When you get into the field and the 90 minutes starts, Gilbert, we're told that it's what you do on the field that counts. And so the expectation about what they will do on the field today.
Well, abide by the fact that Hadiyya Hosaina are in 4th position with 23 points. A win for them would definitely send them to 2nd position right behind Fasil Kenema. And for Wolayta Dicha, a win for them would definitely send them to 6th position. So both teams having something to work for. And, you know, the boys are being separated from the men, because if you look up there, Fasil Kenema is already on 32 points and showing that they have the mantle to be able to go in full throttle to win this league.
Well, just to let you know that the transfer window mid-season has opened, so it's a good number of players who are moving. You might not notice a good number of players on the bench for Hadiyya Hosaina, most notably Salifu Fofana. He's not even in the country. I think he's already gone on holiday. He's got 5 goals for the Hadiyya Hosaina side. We get a man on the ground for the Wolayta Dicha side. Very early onslaught that the referee needs to be able to clamp on. It's Wolayta's Binyan Fikre. And that's a flying kick that goes almost to his face by Tesfaye Bekele. A man who's only picked up 1 yellow card. I don't know why he wants to get himself carded again, because that's as dangerous as football can get. That's a flying kick.
It's a high boot. It's a flying kick. You can only see him in the karate movies.
Yeah, and because we are not watching those ones now, we have to watch him on the World of Champions. Well, it's really a dangerous way to go about it. Isaac Isinda, the Ugandan, still remained in the team. I was looking at the number of players we are not seeing. Selina Nemide is not there as well. And is he there? He's in Jersey too. Yes, Suleiman Nemide is there as well. But some of them have not made it to the team sheet because of the movement. That is Hinsa, for example, is not here. I don't know if it's just because he's injured. Yet again, we've seen players who have been watching these teams play on the field because they've already been signed. They're waiting for everything to be completed. This is going back to Wolayta Dicha, who played to their own defense. And down onto the right side, so Anna Galbadeg is the one who was going into it. Wolayta Dicha have always given an impression of a very good, fast-paced team, but they just never get anything going up at the front in terms of their results. But they've had very mixed results. You know, it's not that they don't get the wins. They won against Sidama, they drew with Baradar, won against Jima, won against Ethiopia Buna, which is the biggest win they notched so far. A 2-1 win over Buna. They have the ball out on the right side for a run from a very acute angle, a very hard shot that, you know, keeps on soaring up, troubles Muntari a little bit, but not enough to get him to worry. And that comes from Binyan Fikre.
Well, I like the move. I like the run. I like the pass. I like the communication between the two. Binyan Fikre in a very, very tight, acute angle, trying to get up for 90. But it just shows you what Wolayta Dicha can be able to produce, especially when they're moving the ball around and enjoying themselves.
They pick it up again on their side. They've got 3 men who are open on that left side. So Sinde tries to get in between here. I think a foul will be given because of that tackle on Asnake Moges. Seems to have landed a little bit awkwardly. Doesn't even want to move out of his right foot, right elbow. But it's a left that seems to be feeling a pinch. You and I often get a chance to see this again. I think he already had something on his right hand, you know, and didn't look very comfortable. It probably just aggravates what's already there because he tries to balance himself with that hand, Gilbert.
Yeah, he tries to balance himself with his
left hand.
Yeah. But again, there's something that has snapped on.
And you see he's already got the bandages also on his left hand. So maybe something that was there before. And the fact that he's remained in the same position tells you that it's not a very good injury. It's something that he would have wanted sorted out much earlier. For Ashinafi Bekele will just be thinking about how to capitalize on that. He loves the fashion, doesn't he?
He does. And I'm sure in his drawer somewhere he has just one drawer that is set up for different cups.
Really?
Because the last time he was here, he had a red one.
Yeah. But it wasn't this round bowler hat. It was just a cap for the sun.
Yeah.
The last time I saw him very smartly dressed, apart from being in a suit, he was in the Ethiopian traditional attire. He was getting ready to celebrate the Ethiopian Christmas. Just in case you're wondering, you could just adjust our ages 7 years down if you're looking at the Ethiopian calendar, which I'm sure Gilbert and I would prefer to use at this moment when you ask about age.
Oh, of course.
We just get younger, don't we?
Yeah, we get younger. That's the reason why we don't want to go back.
Go back where?
to where people think you're old.
Where is that? He's got his cut off by his cinder. It's going to be a quota. I don't know what he's appealing for. Yeah, when you cross the border and you get into Ethiopia, you could always just adjust your age downwards to 7 years younger. I mean, we constantly have to do the mathematics of the seasons when you're told by some younger. We constantly have to do the mathematics of the seasons when you're told by some of the officials. You've got to do it into the Gregorian calendar to get the correct one for you. This one rolls over the field, and out on the other side is going to be a goal kick. It's just some of the beauties of being in Ethiopia. There's so much to look out for. Asnake Moges is not feeling very comfortable. He's feeling the pinch. He's holding on to his face. It just tells you that it's going to be a bad injury. I think they're going to signal for a change. He's not going to be coming back. An early change here for Asnake Moges. Whenever you're forced to make a change because of injury, it enforces a technical change as well, and which doesn't make for very comfortable playing. That's the man who scored the goal that floored Jima in the last match they played here. Al-Hassan Kalusha, a Ghanaian with a very conspicuous Zambian name. There's a foul on Bismarck Apea. Apea is just a Ghanaian. He gets another start today. Was taking control. He's very good at keeping control of the ball.
Yes.
But to get himself into that position and to get himself into scoring has been a little bit of a challenge. He's scored only 1 goal so far. Yet, for him to even merit a first-team start, consecutively, you need to be also consecutive in scoring. It's going to be a free kick for the Hadiyya Hossaina side. Tessa, the power behind it. Then too powerful. It goes up the field of play. It doesn't trouble for us now. Nets and it. Gabriel Medina, tall. Whenever you're forced to make a change because of injury, and it enforces a technical change as well.
Going over
it
the
doesn't
bar,
make
and
for
it
very
doesn't
comfortable
make,
playing. That's the man who scored the goal that floored Jima in the last match they played here. Al-Hassan Kalusha. I was about to tell you about they've been picking up points, 1-1-1 consecutively and consistently. In fact, if there's any team that has been consistently consistent, it is into scoring. That's been a little bit of a challenge. They've just picked up goals so far. They drew 0-0 with Ethiopia Buna, drew 1-1 with St. George, drew 0-0 with Sabeta, drew 0-0 with Awasa. Now that is consistency. They won against Jima. Now looking for another win against Wolayta Dicha, who are equally looking for another of the very checkered results in the last 5. Al-Hassan. Oh, he sets it up for a shot from the right side. And it's going to go to Dao Tessa out on the right side, who tries to use it.
Well, Bernard, the most interesting part of it is that Asnake Moges is actually the new import from Shire FC. And this is actually his first match. And he has only spent about 6 minutes on the field for his new team and gets injured. And the injury doesn't look good. And he has been replaced by Birhanu.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about someone we can't see, Gilbert. Where is he?
No, they've made a substitution.
I know. Oh, Asnake, the man who was injured.
Yeah.
Asnake Moges.
Yes.
Yeah, very sad that Asnake has to leave the game quite so early. Look at the way Isida is hiding in there. They always are marking him out. You know, we've seen this very often when two men are trying to block off the other defenders who are trying to go to them. Oh, well, I tell you, free kicks became very, very important to players. And so they defend it with everything. It's not yet been taken. It's Kalusha Al-Hassan, he bangs it.
Well, but not
the
the most interesting part of it is that Asnake Moges is actually...
But he tries to make it count. He's coming in. Oh, where does he give the ball then? Well, Kalusha should have brought it across much earlier on, shouldn't he?
He should. And we say at times, you know, you choose the right moments to be able either to take a shot or to give a pass to the person who is in the right moment to be able to take a shot on goal.
This header, again, another attempt. Very high rising forward, trying to get onto that one. Dawa Hotesa didn't angle it accurately, but already he's telling you that there's going to be some interesting footwork that we will see in this game today. Dawa Hotesa gets involved again. The midfield play is going to be very, very crucial in how they move forward. It's Sinde's mistake. Can Dicha capitalize on it? Oh, just gets a foul here. And he probably will get, the defender yellow carded for it as well. But you know what happens? He loses possession and then he actually just smears himself on the defender. It's not a bad way to do it. It's usually the correct way. Alberu Kelbore will go into the referee's books as the guilty man in this one. But that's the only thing you need to do sometimes. Look at it clearly. Kelbore gets in there. He knows he's losing the ball. You know, he's not actually been tackled.
He hasn't been tackled, but
look at it. Again,
those are the
there's no tackle there, but he just smears himself on the defender, and he gets the defender, you know, to be booked. Players do this a lot, don't they?
Yeah, and it's not the first time that Miriam Fikre is moving into a very advanced position. You've already realized that when he gets hold onto the ball, he's actually running to try and permeate that central defense line.
Well, Kelbore has been booked. He's got a yellow card. Mr. Betsegao Shibru makes it very obvious. Whoa, that's cold power. But that's cold power without control. It's coming from the captain. That's a massively big shot, Gilbert, isn't it, from Daigo Debebe?
I'm telling you, and he knows that should that ball have gone the way he wanted, the goalkeeper would never have had a chance. Maybe just put a finger on it, just keep it wide. But again, it went way wide.
Yeah, it did.
It's a new lease of life in this Wolayta Ditcha side.
On all sides, Gilbert. To be honest, the way they're playing in the second leg is totally different, you know. And, you know, there are very many factors that could be contributing to that. First of all, there are players on the side who are watching how these ones are playing. There are players who are waiting for the transfer to be completed from other clubs as well. And so that provides a chance for those who are there to make sure they're not being dropped because the window is still open. And you know, when the window is open, there is the signing and also the dropping of players. You could release others as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, no one has a definite answer unless you have a contract with the club right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But even if you have a contract, you can still be dropped. You know, so it does about performance.
For Hadiyya, they've signed only one player. That's the man who is in Ashinafi's books, and he came from Walwalo. He's not even going to be in today's game for Wolayta. We've seen two of them who are on the way. Plus, of course, there was another one who was on the sides watching this game. I'll tell you about him only when we get to see him, because you're waiting for that transfer to be complete. But it will be the second time we've seen him at the stadium watching the Wolayta Ditcha side. So they probably are playing for him to be able to let him know that, you know, we are here for you. I'll give you a hint. He was a national team player. And that's the only hint I can give you. Down on the right side, pair. No, you don't jog. You run. Try and get to the line before. He doesn't like to work hard. He prefers to work smart. But sometimes he's the only one who's in that mode. I am very sure you've picked up enough Amharic by now So you've heard of Uta, Uta. Now you hear na, na, and you'll hear it a lot. Na just means come. So when the players are calling each other to try and get to the ball, na, come, come, you know.
That is for a man. I think for a woman, it's different.
Yeah, I haven't had that encounter yet, Gilbert. Okay. I only know how to call the men. So okay. Pardon me for my not being so adventurous. Well, it's one of those languages that has got different addresses for male and female. Well, you know languages like those ones. In fact, all the Latin American languages have female and male verbs and adverbs that must agree with the verbs, you know, adjectives that must agree with the nouns in terms of gender, male and female. Occasionally very confusing. But yeah, if you want to get your way around, you often will be able to learn the language. I would imagine that Mohamed Mutari has landed as well. He often likes to instruct his defenders, and he pushes them out of the areas most of the time. It's a very big boot up at the front, trying to get to run right. Okay, you need a second striker usually who plays off that striker to be able to capitalize. At the moment, we'll just use the now. The loose ball. That's what I'm accustomed to. So give about the now until otherwise men. What about for women then?
I'm still trying to find out.
Okay, all right. Good little. I thought you have become an expert already. So at the moment, we'll just use the now, because that's the one I'm accustomed to. It's the guilty by until otherwise instructed. So give away a free kick. Good little tackle from the midfield. Up there is the guilty body. This one. It's going to give away a free kick. This man cuts a very nice figure on television, to be honest. He should be a movie star. Look, Gilbert, I mean, if ever we want to do a movie, I think we should invite him as a starring, don't you think? Look, Gilbert, I mean, if ever we want to do a movie, I think we should invite him as a starring, don't you think?
He has one. He has one star on his bench. I think he can use that one to be able to move it to
who are you talking about? Michael George. Okay.
He can use him to.
Well, they can start together. You know? Yeah, but look at the figure he's cutting there. You know, you're not in his team, but you'd like to take instructions from him. You almost want to ask him a bet, like, yes, what are you saying, sir? Yeah. I should have to be careful. Very amiable man, very respectful as well. The coach of the Hadiyya side. I mean, not to take it away from all the coaches in the Ethiopian Premier League, they've been really very, very supportive of the clubs, and they give very good interviews when you listen to them. So it's going to be a free kick. Dawa Watesa, 4 goals to his credit, 1 from a penalty. Still the go-to man up at the front for the Hadiyya side. Zilalem Shiferau is equally on his foot to give instructions to the Wolayta Ditcha side. I was told a very nice story about the way they started off as Wolayta Tulsa, just Wolayta development, and then became Wolayta Ditcha. Started off on a not a very good note when they opened the campaign of the Ethiopian Premier League. They were in a little bit of a mourning period, but they since have gotten over that. A pair doesn't get his pass completed. Al Hassan challenges for it. Oh, that's a cut down that is totally unnecessary, and a foul will be given for that having gone on Hadiyya side. Segai Zilalem will be given. Is equally on his foot to give instructions to the Wolayta Ditcha side. I was told a very nice story about the way they started off as Wolayta Tulsa. Just Wolayta. Yeah, I mean, it's just cut down unnecessarily. Started off
he came in for a
very good note when they opened the campaign of the Ethiopian Premier League.
And therefore they
were in a little bit of a mourning period, but they since have gotten over that.
Playing as an offensive player, and now has moved back.
Doesn't get his pass completed. Al Hassan challenges for it. Oh, that's a cut down that is totally unnecessary, and a foul will be given for that having gone on.
But Berihanu Segai.
Segai. Yeah, I mean, it's just cut down unnecessarily.
Yeah, he came in for Asnake Moges.
Who was injured.
Yeah. And therefore, there was a reorganization in the way they're playing, because Yared Dawit was playing as an offensive player and now has moved back to the left back position to allow Berihanu Segai to go in a forward line.
Yeah, he's already played about 12 minutes, Segai Berihanu, with 4 goals to his credit. He's a man that he would have liked to rely on. There is a chance for a shot. Segai sends it out on the right side. They want to build it up again. like we said before, if the ball comes into the box in the Ethiopian Premier League, don't get excited yet. There could be a lot that can happen, including seeing this ball going all the way back to their own half to restart it from there. And so this is center of the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. Well, it's going to be for the Wolayta Dicha side. Al-Hassan has intercepted it in the midfield. Bismarck Apea doesn't complete the pass again. 2 times in 2 passes, Bismarck's pass has been intercepted. He needs to really just, have that mind to imagine that all the other players are trying to intercept everything that he's doing. And that's the only way he's going to get himself going forward. Because if he doesn't, then it's going to be cut short at every single moment. So you've seen that? The Ugandan remains very solid on the right back. One goal was credited to him that he, booted it in from a very close angle using his knee. Al-Hassan manages to evade the midfield. Here is a ball that is intended to go very far away down. Tesso's not going to get into it. If you look at the number of green shots that were waiting for that ball, you surely wonder what Hadiyya were trying at that moment.
Yeah, in fact, I would call it a very, very good organization, defensive organization by Wolayta. When they lose the ball, they want to move the whole team to the side where there is action, and therefore making it very, very difficult for Hadiyya to make any meaningful inroads.
Well, the possession will tell you that Wolayta Dicha is running it at 52% in these early stages. Wow. Yeah, last time I was a referee girl, but a ball like that came right in front of me. It's very tempted to just control it and, wait to see what happens. It takes a split second for you to remember that you're the referee. Long shot coming from Binyam Fikre. You've got to give it to Binyam Fikre. He was arrested in the 87th minute the last game when they played against Sidama Buna. But he certainly gives more than 100% for the Wolayta Dicha side. Here is Otessa. Executing a good change right into the midfield. The ball control becoming of utmost importance if you have to get onto this one. Good ball to Apea, back to Al-Hassan. Well, Al-Hassan had better move with speed. When you get into that position, you've got to have some definite footing and then be a little bit unpredictable. It becomes very predictable when he gets into that position. You worry about a player like Al-Hassan. He's a quality player, but he's being used in so many different positions that you don't know exactly what he is. Is he a striker? Is he a midfielder? Is he a defender? Is he a defensive midfielder? What is he?
Well, today they're playing him, as you've rightfully said, in a more defensive role.
That's the man I'm talking about. Is he defensive? I mean, he's right at the attack now. Or would you say he's a utility player?
I would say he's a box-to-box player because he's got 2 roles, to attack when they're in possession and to defend deep when they lose possession of the ball.
So he's a box-to-box player.
Box-to-box player.
Okay, I heard you. Box-to-box. Yeah. I'm thinking about the triangles you're always drawing and wondering now. Now we're bringing the boxes as well. What time are we going to bring in the circles? This is headed out for a safety measure out of the field of play by Degu Debebe. It's going to be a corner. He's the captain. He had no alternative there. I tell you, the fans would make it look like it's a war cry. And we all know it's just a game of football. 2 corners in total in this game. And you can hear them calling the Wolayta there. They are definitely Wolayta fans. So a corner. Oh, it's Hadiyya Ketema now, I hear them. So there must be a challenge from the 2 sets of fans. Long ball for Sekai Birhanu. And a big race. I think Dula Bulatu, gets there faster. He's got the pace, this young man. Can never beat him in the sprint. It's back into the midfield for Hadiyya Hossaina. A change onto the right side. You'd imagine that Kalusha would get into a position going up at the front. was looking for support, but he could have gone into, speed himself. And the only thing that will work against Kalusha will be the speed, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and for the lack of speed, he normally wants to play in the negative manner because he had an opportunity to move forward.
He holds the ball for too long.
Yeah, but he
looks behind him.
Yeah, and find somebody else to give the mantle to.
Sagai Birhanu is a guilty man here. And it might have happened too quickly after that tackle on Biruk Kelbore. But I think we're going into the water break. If you look at the jerseys, you will know they're soaked, not in water, but in sweat. The weather, a little bit unpredictable. It rained yesterday. There's some heavy clouds looming over the stadium as well. And again, that comes with some humidity. But the heat that is being felt by the coach is a little bit more. It comes from that hill over there. And yeah, that's the way it is overcast at the moment. It is very overcast. We don't know if it's going to come down. Some pockets of them are already dark. Last time, Gilbert, we talked to you, there was a castle that you're very interested in. I'll tell you for free that it's already drizzling and it's already coming down in Bahar Dar. While it may serve to be able to, cool down the players a bit, too much of it will change the way the game is being played. And no one has already scored a goal now, so it's going to be very difficult if it rains for them to be able to make a change.
Well, you're right, Bernard. And you can see the shot of Coach Shinafi already having some results. Just showing you that the rains are beckoning at this particular stadium. And the weather has kind of slowed down the pace it's gonna slow it down further. I mean, at the moment it was quite okay, but it's beginning to rain now. So the ball will move faster in the initial stages of the rain because it's gonna be slippery. But later on, if it drenches the field, then the ball will not be bouncing as fast as you would expect it to. But Mr. Betsegai Shibru signed up for this job. He knows that the game has got to go on unless and until 70% of the field is not playable. That's very highly unlikely in this international stadium of Bahar Dar. Dula Mulatu takes off, anticipating where that ball is going to go to, but he's going to be penalized for a foul there. He has good pace, he had good anticipation as well, but he doesn't go there alone. He tugs along his opponent. Actually hugs him and pulls him over as well. The last few games I've seen actually when they played against Jima and played against Ethiopian, Mulatu started in the first half, and something that is very unusual. And he never made the impact that we've seen him when he comes in as a substitute. So I'm not sure why they decide to start him, and he's a very, very good substitute when he comes in.
Yeah, maybe he's, and coaches tell me this all the time, that he proved himself in training, that he could play in the first 11. So unless you're talking about him being managed in terms of his mentality being managed, expecting that he would do better if he came in as a substitute. It's an usually unfair kind of attribute you give to a player. But yes, there are players who perform only better if they come in as subs.
Yes.
Other than if they start the game. But he's got to feel like he owns the team as well. Well, these days I'd like to imagine he becomes the captain.
to see what he has the authority.
To see what he's going to do. Otesa stops it. Al Hassan challenging for it. Doesn't get onto it. It's a ball to Birhanu out on the left side. It's going to be in the offside. And that will put a stop to what he was going to do on that left side. So it's going to be, it's not going to, but it's going to be a free kick to the Hadiyya side. Oh, this is Darren Tessa. Didn't pick up this one. Going to Cherinet Guksa. Evading every attempt to cut him down. Binyam! He needs to turn. He's gone the other way around to be able to turn. This is brought right into the path, but there Sinde is there as well and stops it. Well, some very frenzied attempt to try and get onto that ball. That doesn't quite work for them. It's going to go out for a throw-in. It's going to be for the Wolayta Dicha side.
But there are balls that you need to control. There are balls that you need to hit on the first touch.
Well, Birhan was one of those ones on the first touch, but looks it's just a little bit too high to be able to get any impact. Well, explain to me how it is being played so far, Gilbert.
Well, I think it's very, very evident that on Hadiyya's side, they only have 3 forwards at the top to do the work for them, and they're doing more of defending. For Wolayta's side, they are very collected when they are defending, and also when they are moving, they are very, very explosive and they move back in numbers. So, 2 styles of play that have not really borne any fruits to this point in time.
If there's one man that the Wolayta Ditcha side has missed, and it shows every time up at the front, is a man called Sintayehu Mengistu. Binyam has tried to fill in to his feet and is doing the best he can. Needs support from behind. Yeah, you've got to know there's always going to be a man on. And so Idris Said needs to work faster. He's lost possession for it. It's gone out to Dula Mulatu. This is going to be offside on Dawa Tessa. Took off a little bit too early. Dawa is disputing it. Doesn't matter now, does it? Whether he disputes it, the flag was up and he's already been whistled for that. Yeah, he probably has reason. You got to put it on the line on that side, but I think he had a toe or just the front of his boot ahead of it. That is the only one that raises doubt whenever that kind of call is being brought in. So looking for a chance to bring it further forward. Messiah Genyehu. Biran has already rolled back into the right side of the attack, and Binyam. Did they tell you what Fikre means, Gilbert? Have they told you that yet?
I've not encountered one who is ready.
It's going to be, the flag has stayed down. I don't know why Segai has left it there. He comes to the realization that he was onside only after the ball has gone out. He actually stops short, you know. He doesn't chase the ball that fast. You know, he's jogging after it. Fikre is actually the word that means love, Gilbert.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
It does. So all those other things that you've heard, they border on the area, but they don't really go into the love. Yeah. You know, Gilbert, as you're going into the basic class of America, you know, I'm already moving into the intermediate class. So we're learning this already in the intermediate class. Yeah, it's a little bit of an advanced course. Yeah, Fikre means love. Right. So if you see Fikre Alemu, it means the love of Alemu. If you see Fikre Binyam love, means the love of Binyam.
That's very good insight.
Yep, the kind that you can't get in anywhere, especially not in the football field. 75% pass completion against 74 is a good percentage on both sides, having played 32 minutes of the game. Scoreline is still 0-0. You're going to challenge each other for everything, including just the stability in terms of the mind in the game, settling in it. Bismarck Kapea puts down Tessa in a very difficult situation to run on the left side, on the right side, on the left side rather. I think the ball had already rolled out of the field of play. He's a marvel, this Dao Tessa. And I don't know whether he should be, whether he should be at the striking or whether he should be on the sides, whether he should have the width. See, he fits the bill of both a winger and an out-and-out striker as well.
No, that is the problem right now that Dao Tessa is having, because he needs a lot of space to be able to do exactly what he knows how to do better. Good technically, with good speed and good energy. They're putting him in a striking position where he's marked with 2 feet. So he finds it extremely difficult to operate in that position.
This is the goalkeeper. It's the second time in the Ethiopian Premier League that Muntari has provided those moments where he doesn't struggle at all to pick up the ball. He simply just puts his hand to it and, using one arm, just makes you know that he's tall already, and that when he puts out his hand, he's even taller than you.
That guy is about 6'4", Bernard.
Yeah, he is.
And even if just he stands in
front of you,
the goals,
yeah,
he touches on the crossbar.
He does. He's a tall man. Totally. That's what they needed in goal. The Hadiyya side cannot claim that they didn't have a good goalkeeper for them. The other goalkeeper is Sintayehu Tamrat and Dereje Alemu. And of those two, it's only Dereje Alemu who's been able to play 4 games that he did for the Hadiyya side when Muntari was red carded. This has been given as a foul. It's banging into Messiah Genyehu so hard that you send him back onto the ground. This is Fikra is obviously impeded on as he was trying to make a run. Very good player, very technical player. And the only way is probably to stop him physically like that. And that is what Suleiman Emile does here.
And that's, there's a mark of a good striker. He gets the ball. His only mind is to move forward. And that's the mark of a good striker. Another striker would get the ball and try to play in a negative manner. Not this kind of striker.
That is a good striker, Gil. But the one who's facing the team, he knows that he's got to solo it from that side. That's a very good striker. Well, you see here, they miss it. I tell you, the striker on the side stands would not have missed the solo when it came here. One of the Guksa brothers here who didn't get onto that ball now. This is Antene. And he's got Cherinet up at the front as well. And you do remember that his other brother scored a brilliant goal. One of the goals that is in contention for the Ethiopian goal of the season. The big one who scored that goal is Shimekit Guksa. With a very good name, Gilbert. Tessa and Al Hassan not communicating there, not knowing we should go for it. And Dara Tessa leaving it. Al Hassan as well leaving it. It's difficult for them not to be able to communicate at that point.
It's not a bad header. It's a good drive from the right-hand side.
No, it's a bad header, Gilbert.
He didn't get it with the proper part of his head.
No, he didn't even direct it to the goal.
So what do you call that kind of hair?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have totally no idea. I was telling you about Shimekit Guksa. Shimekit's name meaning the protector, the shield. Yeah. And he had a good goal here at the stadium just a couple of days ago.
So when you put together Fikre and Cherinet and Guksa, you come up with what?
What are you talking about?
You spoke about protection and love.
Yeah, but that's a family. I mean, Cherinet is not in that, and Antena is the other one. But why are you putting Fikre into this as well?
You just introduced me to 2 names. So
okay,
Gilbert. Put the 2 together.
Okay, Gilbert. Please join the basic class. Yeah, the lecturer there will try to help you. I'll try to help you as well when you've got the homework. Yellow card here on Tesfire Bekele picks up a second one for his side. For a man who was nicknamed Tigistu, you're doing not too good.
Now the third one.
In your basic barrack. This man felt the pinch, of course. Any strike, any tackle that comes on you hard in a game can potentially be injurious. And we know that Asnake Bogus, for example, has had to leave the game in the 7th minute of the game because of an injury just landing a little bit precariously. It's not the first time that we've seen somebody getting injured and dislocating something. It's not the best statistics to give you as well. But the game of football, sometimes some people go into it a little bit too hard. Bismarck Apea using his speed and a good cross this time round from Apea. Here is another one intended for Dula Mulatu. He's not going to get anything out of that. He's not endowed with height. It's very easily beaten to it by the defender, Aragao Badeg. Back and forth, Gilbert, into the midfield. How do you read it now?
Yeah, both teams want to at least get onto the scoreboard faster.
And chip into the goal area by Mesai Agenyeho. So they just want Otessa to run. And running he is, but the goalkeeper will get with it. I think the flag is up for offside. Yeah, when you make such a dash, all the energy goes off, and then the assistant referee catches you on the offside. Fresgi, just why the assistant referee is an electrician. You can never gamble with electricity.
Oh, you can't. You can't. You don't even, especially when it's raining.
you know, mix electricity with water. But I think if he says you're offside, he's going to be very sure about it. Otherwise, you might get electrocuted. Down on the right side to Isaac Isinde. Bring it back to the center. The Ethiopian public, to be honest, has been very wonderful in receiving the broadcasts of the Ethiopian Premier League. Coming to you live on your World of Champions. And I know it's not probably the right time to say it, but it's sincerely appreciated as well. As Wolayta Dicha tried to get the ball up at the front, Binyam Fikre, and he almost got Muntari off the line. He needed just a second touch on that. He tries to go to Birhanu, and the communication doesn't work there. It's like it was like using an obsolete communication app. I mean, he just leaves the ball behind. Birhanu doesn't go in there. He's a striker. Where is he? Look at where he's standing. And Binyam could have beaten the goalkeeper on the first touch if he wanted to.
Yes, if he had actually seen, I mean, lifted his chin up just a little bit to see where the goalkeeper's position was, it would have been very easy for him to slot in that ball.
It's going to be a corner. And then Birhanu doesn't get to it. I found out something about Birhanu Gilbert. He's very afraid of going for aerial balls. He doesn't challenge for aerial balls.
And, you know, he's about, if not 5'11", he has to be about 6 foot. And he's really not utilized his area superiority.
Yeah, that's him chasing for the ball there on the other side, going to where the throw-in should have been taken. But he doesn't challenge for the aerial balls. Here comes Hadiyya. This takes a little deflection. It's going to go out for a corner. But it's going to be given to Hadiyya Hosaina. 41 minutes, Gilbert. How is it panning out?
It's end to end.
End to end.
End, yeah.
Is it good action?
It's good action. It's good action. They're showing the intensity. They're showing that, you know, they're in this game to win either side of the divide.
Yeah, seeing a couple of players have been missing on the Wolayta Dicha side. They include Bogale. He's there today. But he's been on the bench even in the last game that they played. Here is the corner. Gets back to where it came from. A little hard header. Get this word from Isaac Isinde, not on target. But I think he's got a good sense of where the target is. It just doesn't go there.
The back post, there were 3 Hadiyya Hosaina players in the back post. And to me, that is very, very poor marking by Wolayta Dicha side.
Okay, let's talk about the header by Isinde.
No,
what do you think?
Saying the header was good.
Oh, it was good. Okay.
Yes, but a lot of space that was accorded to him, especially in the penalty box.
Well, I need to let you know that Gilbert Wolebo was a defender. So he looks at the defense most of the time. He looks at the blunders of the defense. Sometimes he forgets to celebrate the goal with the striker. And starts by blaming the defenders, first of all. But yeah, some strikers just get past the defenders, and that sometimes is the beauty of it all. And then, of course, you've got to look at where they were, organizing themselves in terms of defense. This, you would say, is still a good defense of the Hadiyya Hosaina side. They haven't lost it, although twice or 3 times Binyam Fikre has been able to beat it. Just that he didn't know where Birhanu was, and Birhanu didn't know where Binyam Fikre was going to put the ball in.
Yeah, they're not pushing up very high up from their own half, and that's why a lot of balls that are coming towards them are very, very legible, and they're able to deal with them.
It's going to go out to the right side, this one. And then right foot cross that is intercepted out by the captain for a corner. Emmanuel Gobena was trying to challenge for it.
It's very good ball movement between Gobena and Dula Mulatu. Again, the captain comes at the nick of time to place the ball outside for a corner.
Big corner coming in. Isinde directs it back again. They're trying to keep unnecessary again. They're trying to keep it in play. And then they knew there would be a challenge for it. And just going into him here. Yeah, Wolayta Dicha's Idris Said didn't need to do that to Suleiman Hamid.
He goes in with his elbow, and I'm not sure why the referee didn't caution that one, even just by word of mouth.
Yeah. Hamid has already missed one game because of 5 yellow cards that he accumulated, so he's begun a new start. Oh, this is going to go off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. Oh, it's going to be for Hadiyya Hossaina. To Kalusha Al-Hassan. Manages to get it back to his other defenders, other strikers rather. But Dicha came out the better. Apea has gotten into Dao. Tessa is looking for support. He finds it on the left side. It's a big cross. Too big. If you're to bring a cross that hard, I think you should bring it on target to the goal.
He should. It's a good run on the outside by the captain, Henok Arfichu. Another pass from Tessa, but again, the delivery.
Okay, Gilbert. Your summation of this one, we got 2 minutes of added time. We're already playing the first minute of it.
Well, I think both teams need to utilize the opportunities that have come their way. They're creating them. It's not that they're
both sides are creating.
Yes, they're creating opportunities. They need to be calmer in front of goal.
So the Tigistu element, the patience again.
That's correct.
Or is it just the, there's also just the stability of the mind, Here is a shot. Apart from just the patience, building it up slowly, there's also just the fact that you are not afraid in front of goal. I mean, just calm enough to be able to take, not anxiety in front of goal.
Yeah, let me use the word, that's a good shot from Otessa. Let me use the word Fikre. You must love this ball for it to be able to give you the results that are required.
Okay, you don't need to use the word.
Make the ball.
The word is not applicable.
Make the ball your friend.
Yeah, but
yes, befriend the ball.
So when you're in front of goal, and you love the ball, you'll keep it. You're not supposed to keep it. When you love something, you let it free as well. So they should let the ball free out there and go for the shot. And then if it comes back to you, I'm sure you've heard that saying. It's just about how they should be, cut out the anxiety in front of goal and just be calm enough to be able to take the shot. This is going to be a foul on Degu Debebe. By Degu Debebe on Dao Tessa. Hamid helped him up, knowing that time is of the essence and it's running out very quickly. We're probably playing the last few seconds of the first half. An entertaining first half, you'd say, Gilbert, just it didn't have goals.
It has had all the ingredients, and I've seen the variations in title passing. They play the long balls, the long passes, the diagonal passes, the intricate passes towards the goal. So every ingredient is in this game.
ጨዋታውን እንቅስቃሴ አንኳር ነጥቡ አዲሱ ፈራሚ የወላይታ ድቻ የግራ መስመር ተጫዋች አስናቀ ሞገስ መጎዳት ነው። ይሄ ጉዳት እንግዲህ ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ የወላይታ ድቻ ማሊያ ለብሶ እየተጫወተ በጨዋታው መጀመሪያ ደቂቃዎች 7ኛው ደቂቃ ላይ የተፈጠረበት ጉዳት ነው።
አስናቀ ሞገስ እድለኛ አይመስለኝም። ገና በመጀመሪያ ጨዋታው ነው ጉዳት የደረሰበት። ሲወርቅ ነው ከሻው ላይ ህመም የተሰማው። ስለዚህ የዚህ ተጫዋች መውጣት የአሰልጣኝ ዘላለም ሲፈራውን የጨዋታ እቅድ ላይ ለውጥ እንደፈጠረ በግልጽ መናገር ይቻላል። ምክንያቱም አስናቀ በግራ መስመር በኩል ተፈጥሯዊ የግራ መስመር ተጫዋች ነው። የእሱ መጎዳት ተከትሎ ግን አናጓጓት ግን ወደ ግራ መስመር ለማውጣት ተገደዋል። በጨዋታው የፊት መስመር ተጫዋችነት ሚና የተሰጠው ያሬድ ደግሞ የአናጓጓት ግን የቀኝ መስመር ተከላካይነት ሚና እንዲወስድ አድርገዋል። ከዛ ውጭ ግን በእረፍት ምክንያት ከዛሬው ጨዋታ ውጭ የነበረው ጸጋዬ ብርሃኑ በዛሬው ጨዋታ ላይ እንዲሰለፍ ሆኗልና የአስናቀ ሞገስ ጉዳት የአሰልጣኙ የተጫዋች ምርጫ የጨዋታ አቀራረብም ላይ ተጽዕኖ እንደፈጠረ በግልጽ መናገር ይቻላል። ቢኒያም ፍቅሩ መጀመሪያ ላይ እንደ ታርጌት ማን ነበረ የነበረው። ከዚህ ጉዳት ለውጥ በኋላ ግን ወደ መስመር እንዲወጣ ተደርጓልና አስናቀ በጣም እድለኛ አልነበረም በጨዋታው።
አስናቀ የግራ እጁ ላይ ምልክት እንዳለበት ያስታውቅ ነበር። ኳሱ የመታው ደረቱ አካባቢ ነው። በጣም ከፍተኛ ጉዳት የደረሰበት ደግሞ መሬቱ ጋር ሲጋጭ ነው። ስለዚህ የዚህ አካባቢ ትከሻው አካባቢ ያለ ችግር ነው የደረሰበት። ስለዚህ ረዘም ላለ ጊዜ ላይ ይጫወት ይችላል። እነዚህ 7 ደቂቃዎች ብቻ ሊሆን ይችላሉ ለወላይታ ድቻ የሚጫወትበት እድለኛ አልነበረም። በቀጣይነት የምንመለከተው እንግዲህ በመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ ከነበሩ ሙከራዎች መካከል የሃዲያ ሆሳዕና አጥቂ ዳዋ ሁጤሳ ከረጅም ርቀት ላይ ያደረገው ሙከራ ነበር።
የመጀመሪያው አጋማሽ ላይ ብዙ እንብዛም ኢላማቸውን የጠበቁ ሙከራዎችን ለማድረግ ሀዲያ ሆሳዕናዎች አልታደሉም። እንግዲህ ይሄ የዳዋ ሁጤሳ እንቅስቃሴም ያው የአጥቂ መስመር ተጫዋች እንደመሆኑ መጠን ከቡድን ጓደኞቹ ይበልጥ የግብ ዕድሎች የሚፈጠሩበትን አጋጣሚ መመልከት ነበረብን። ነገር ግን ራሱ ዳዋ ሁጤሳ ወደ አማካይ ክፍል ተመልሶ የግብ ዕድል እንዲፈጠር ሙከራ ያደረገበትን እንቅስቃሴ ነው ያየነው።
መኮንን እንግዲህ በጨዋታው ላይ ምን ያህል ሙከራዎች እንዳልነበሩ ነው። የዳዋ ሙከራ ምናልባት አሁን ጨዋታውን እየተከታተሉ ላሉ ተመልካቾቻችን በጣም ሩቅ ነው ለጎል ግን ሙከራ ስለሌለ ከምንም ሙከራ ውስጥ የተፈለገና የተገኘ ሙከራ ነው። ስለዚህ በጨዋታው ላይ መነጋገሪያ ርዕሰ ጉዳዮች የነበሩት በአብዛኛው የኳስ መነጣጠቆች እንጂ በጨዋታ መሀል ላይ የነበሩ የኳስ ሙከራዎች የፉክክር አይነቶች አልነበሩም ማለት ነው።
ስለዚህ ሱፐር ስፖርት ካሜራማኖች መመስገን አለባቸው ማለት ነው።
እንግዲህ የቀጣዩ የሙከራ የሚሆነው ተከላካዩ አይዛክ ሴንዴ ለሃዲያ ሆሳዕና ያደረገው ሙከራ ነበረ። በመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ ቀዝቃዛ በነበረው እንቅስቃሴ ውስጥ ሌላኛው ሙከራ ይሄ ነው።
ይሄኛው በተመሳሳይ ኢላማውን የጠበቀና ለወላይታ ድቻ ግብ እንዲቆጠርበት የሚያስፈራ አደገኛ ሙከራ ነው ብሎ መናገር አይቻልም። ምክንያቱም ግልጽ የግብ አጋጣሚ ውስጥ ወይንም እንቅስቃሴ ውስጥ ሆኖ የተገኘ አይደለምና ሁለተኛው አጋማሽ ላይ ከዚህ በተሻለ የማጥቃት እንቅስቃሴውን ማድረግ ያለበት ይመስለኛል። ሀዲያ ሆሳዕና ቀደም እንዳነሳ ነው ለዋንጫ የሚፎካከር ቡድን ነው። በሁለቱ የመከላከልና የማጥቃት ሚዛኑን በደንብ ማስተካከል ካለባቸው ቡድኖች መካከል አንደኛው ሀዲያ ሆሳዕና ነው።
ቁጥራዊ መረጃዎችን እንመልከት ክቡራን ተመልካቾቻችን። በመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ የነበሩ የኳስ ቁጥጥር፣ የጎል ሙከራዎች፣ ከጨዋታ ውጭ የነበሩ እንቅስቃሴዎች፣ የቢጫ ካርድና የጥፋት ቁጥሮች ምን ያህል ነበሩ የሚለውን በቁጥር መግለጫ እንመለከታለን ክቡራን ተመልካቾቻችን። በመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ 5 ሙከራዎችን በሀዲያ ሆሳዕና ኩል 4 ሙከራ 1 ኢላማውን የጠበቀ የመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ ኢላማውን የጠበቀ ሙከራ በአጠቃላይ 1 ነው። እሱም አደገኛ ሙከራ አልነበረም። 52% ወላይታ ድቻ 48% የኳስ ቁጥጥር ሀዲያ ሆሳዕና።
የኳስ ቁጥጥሩ የነበረበትን ሜዳ መመልከት ያለብን ይመስለኛል። 33% በሀዲያ ሆሳዕና የግብ ክልል ላይ ነበር ወይንም የሜዳ አጋማሽ ላይ ነበር ነው። ይሄ ያው የወላይታ ድቻዎችን ተጭኖ መጫወት የተመለከትንበት ነው። በእንቅስቃሴ ደረጃ ግን ሀዲያ ሆሳዕናዎች ኳሱን ተቆጣጥረውት አይደለም የራሳቸው ሜዳ አጋማሽ ላይ የቁጥር ብልጫውን የወሰዱት። በወላይታ ድቻ የሜዳ አጋማሽ ላይ 16% ብቻ ነው ያለው። ይሄም የሚነግረን ብዙ የማጥቃት እንቅስቃሴዎች በሀዲያ ሆሳዕና በኩል አልነበሩም። ወላይታ ድቻዎችን ኳሱን በራሳቸው ሜዳ ክልል ላይ እያንሸራሸሩ እንዳልነበረ የሚያሳይ ቁጥር ነው።
የማጥቃት እንቅስቃሴ አማራጮችን ቀጥለን እንመለከታለን። ዋነኛው ነገር ግን ቅድም ያነሳው ነው። በአንደኛው ግማሽ የነበረው የጨዋታ እንቅስቃሴ በጣም ደካማ ነበር። የማጥቃት ሙከራዎች ኢላማውን የጠበቀ በአጠቃላይ 1 ሙከራን የነበረው እሱም ማስደንጋጭ የሚያስብል አልነበረም። ነገር ግን አቅጣጫዎቹን እንመልከትና በሁለተኛው አጋማሽ በየትኛው በኩል ማን የተሻለ ሊያጠቃ ይችላል ይላል።
ሀዲያ ሆሳዕና እንግዲህ በሁሉም የሜዳው ያቅጣጫ መስመሮች ለማጥቃት ጥረት አድርጎ ተመልክተናል። ግን ኢላማውን የጠበቀና ስኬታማ አልነበረም። በወላይታ ድቻ በኩል ግን በተለይም የቀኝና የግራ መስመሮችን በሚገባ ለመጠቀም ሞክረዋል። ዛሬ የተለወጠው አንደኛው ነገር የሚመስለኝ መሀል ለመሀል በርካታ የግብ ሙከራዎችን ለማድረግ ጥረት ያደረጉበትና አብዛኛው የወላይታ ድቻ የማጥቃት እንቅስቃሴ መሀል ለመሀል የተመራበት ነው። ለዚህ ደግሞ አማካይ ክፍል ያላቸው የቁጥር ብልጫ እንዲህ አይነት እድሎች እንዲፈጥሩ አድርጓቸዋል። እንደ ሪሳይድ አይነት ተጫዋች አላቸው። እንደዚህ አይነት እድሎችን ለመፍጠር የሚያስችል የጸጋዬ ብርሃኑ መግባት ደግሞ ይበልጥ ቀጥተኝነት ለቡድኑ ሰጥቶታል።
በዚህ ጨዋታ ላይ በተጫዋቾች ደረጃ ምን አይነት ቅያሬዎች መደረግ ይችላሉ አሰልጣኞች እነማንን ቢቀይሩ የተሻለ ነገር ማሳየት ይችላሉ የሚለው እንመልከት የተጠባባቂ ወንበር አማራጮች እነዚህ ናቸው
በሀዲያ ሆሳዕና በኩል የተለየ ቅያሪ ከምን መለከት አይመስልኝም ምናልባት የፊት መስመር ላይ አማካይ ክፍል ላይ ተስፋ ያለባቸው ለዚህ ደግሞ ድንቅነህ ከበደ ሌሎች አማራጮች ይመስለኛል ማጥቃቱ ላይ ከዛው ግን የተለየ አማራጭ የላቸውም ይሄንኑ ቡድን መጠጋገን የሚጠበቅባቸው ይመስለኛል በርግጥ ሚካኤል ጆርጅ አለ አጥቂ መስመር ላይ እሱን የሚያስገቡት ከሆነ ሁለተኛው አጋማሽ ላይ የምንመለከት ነው የሚሆነው በወላይታ ብቻ በኩል እንግዲህ አሰልጣኙ ዋነኛውን የጨዋታ እቅዳቸው መንገድ የነበረውን ቅያሪ አድርገዋል ጸጋይ ብርሃኑ ገብቷል ከዚህ በኋላ የሚቀየረው አንደኛው ቅያሪ የሚሆነው ምናልባት መሳይ ኒኮል ባለፉት ጨዋታዎች የመሰለፍ ዕድል ሲያገኝ ነበር ከዛው ግን በመጀመሪያው የተጫዋች ምርጫቸው አሰልጣኝ ዘላለም ሲፈራው የሚቀጥሉ ይመስለኛል
መኮንን ጠንከር ካለው ሙቀት ከሰዓቱ ከዝቀዝ ብሎ ነበር አሁን ደግሞ ዝናብ እየተመለከተ ነው የምንገኘው እጃችን ላይ ሰውነታችን ላይ ልብሳችን ላይ አንተ ልብስ እንደው በደንብ ነው የሚያስታውቀው እየዘነበ ነውና በጨዋታው እንቅስቃሴ ላይ የሚፈጥረው ነገር ምንድነው ትላንትና የመጀመሪያ 25 ደቂቃ እና የቀረው 75 ደቂቃ ፍጹም ልዩነት ነበራቸው ምን ሊፈጠር ይችላል እንግዲህ
የዛሬው ጨዋታ የተለየ የሚያደርገው የሁለቱ ቡድኖች ተጋጣሚዎች የጨዋታ አቀራረብ ከዝናቡ ጋር ብዙ እንዳይገናኝ ያደርጋል ያው ኳሷ በሰማይ ብዙ ምትቆይ በተደረለና ከዛ ጣሪያና ክል ሚና ተጽዕኖ ላይ ኖሮ ይችላል ከዛ ውጪ የባህር ዳር ዓለም አቀፍ ስታዲየም በጣም ጥሩ ሜዳ ነው የውሃ የፍሳሽ ሲስተሙ የስርገት መንገዱ በጣም ጥሩ ነውና ከዛ አንፃር ብዙ ችግር ላይ ፈጥር ይችላል ደመናው ግን ትንሽ ጠንከር ያለ ነው
ከበድ ያለ ደመና ነው የምንመለከተው የሜዳውን ምቹነት ግን በሚገባ መግለጽ ያስፈልጋል ትላንት ኃይለኛ ዝናብ የዘነበበት አይመስልም በጣም ከባድ ዝናብ ነበረ ከጨዋታው በኋላም በተወሰነ መንገድ የዘነበው ነገር ግን ሜዳው በጥሩ ሁኔታ የተያዘ ስለሆነ ምንም አይነት የጭቃነት ሁኔታ ኳስ የመያዝ ሁኔታ አንመለከትበትም ክቡራን ተመልካቾቻችን የመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ ወደ ዋንጫ ፉክክር የሚሄድ በሀዲያ ሆሳዕና በኩል ከወራጅነት ቀጠና የመውጣት ደግሞ በወላይታ ድቻ በኩል የሚያደርጉት እንቅስቃሴ 0-0 በሆነ ውጤት ተጠናቋል ሁለተኛው 45 ደቂቃ ምን አይነት ነገሮችን ይዞ ይመጣል በሱፐር ስፖርት አብራችሁን ከቆያችሁ የምትመለከቱት ይሆናል መልካም ጊዜ ይሆናችሁ
Speed and flair are not wanted, they are demanded.
Welcome back to the Bahar Dar International Stadium. Second half of the Hadiyya Hosaዕna game against Wolayta Dicha. The reverse fixture was 2-1 in favor of Hadiyya Hosaዕna, but today it's already being challenged for equally by Wolayta Dicha, so then they're going to have to work it differently. Aweke Abraham and Mekonnen Hailu are taking you through it in the Amharic language, Ampanado Tieno, in the company of Gilbert Saraibwa. to see who takes the 3 points out of this one this afternoon. With an overcast sky, I think a little bit of the grey clouds have passed and gone elsewhere. So maybe just a little bit of chill that we are going to be feeling here as we come back into the midfield. Now, we obviously have to look at how differently they are going to be playing it. The man on the ground, so Dylan Mulatu will let the ball roll out of the field of play. It means that they are going to be given back that position when the throw-in is done. That's the bang that went on Binyam. No, it's not Binyam Fikre, but Tamid, who went there and got injured. Injured himself in the process. And so he's going to be addressed off the field of play. A little bit of a drizzle. He's still attempting to come down onto the field. A little is good because it just cools down the players. Gilbert, what do you think they talked about in the dressing room?
Well, I think there's been I'm not sure whether they call it a backlash in that dressing room because, at times you just want to ask the players whether they really want to go into this game and win the game. Because, there's been some laxity on both sides of the divide on the way they're approaching this match. So I think both coaches have definitely had some lashing to do on the players that they need to increase their speed. They need to work as if that they want to win this match. And therefore, the pace has to change.
You think some players go into the field not wanting to win it?
Well, laxity. You've seen twice where Birhama, this guy, has gone for the ball and literally left it to run away. So, those kind of players, you want to make sure that they follow the ball to the final place where it's going.
I think what you're attributing to is that sometimes you use the reverse psychology on them, like make them feel guilty a bit.
Yeah. They own what is going on in the game right now.
It's also called the psychological dissonance, just making them think about it the other way around. Like, do you really want to win this one? Suleiman goes down here. I am not sure why Suleiman goes down. I don't know if he's really been tackled. He leaves his boot behind. And I thought that in the second leg, we were not going to see some of these things that are looking like they are manifesting themselves in a couple of moves in the field, where sometimes there's no touch and the player just, smears his boot on the ground and intimates that he has been fouled. This one is generally a foul on Emmanuel Gobena. You could see his boot being clamped on. And then Wolayta Dicha will come out with it. With Jared Dawitt. Played 72 minutes against Bahar Dar and is needed to bring in more punch up at the front. Long ball and a good one as well. Binyam Fikre doesn't get there early enough. Mohamed Muntari stops him short. This is Dula Mulatu. As Kalusha Al-Hassan then pumps it out to Bismarck Apea. It's been signaled in the offside. He says there was somebody else on that side. We'll see whether he's right or not. But he intimates that he wasn't in the offside. Well, you and I get a second chance to look at it. I think Bismarck Apea is right in the line. He's in the line. You've got to draw the line diagonally, to get it to be almost in the same line with the halfway mark. And is intimating that there's somebody else on the other side. You can't signal me in the offside. The whistle's going and it's going. So it's going to be a throw in here. And it's going to be given to Hadiyya Hossaina. Chipped onto the left side now. A little back heel by the captain of the Hadiyya side. Wins it back for Hadiyya Hossaina. The accuracy of passes is going to be very important in this game. And this is going to be given to the Wolayta Dicha side. Bismarck Apea apparently involved in bringing down Cherinet Guksa. Yeah, clamps down onto his heel. And that is a little bit dangerous as well. So there's going to be a free kick here for the Wolayta Dicha side. from the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, either the luminous green moving into position. Just about the same number of defenders, probably one more. This is pushed directly into the goal area. Muntari quickly takes it. He wants to start a very fast one. He's looking for Dula Mulatu, who couldn't get. He's looking for his men up at the front, and Dula Mulatu is one of those who was trying to get onto it. Do you think they should change the way they're playing in the second half, Gilbert?
Well, the ground is just a little bit wet, and therefore the ball is going to move a little bit faster. And this way, I always ask the players to try and play the ball to feet, because it's easier to play the ball to feet. The first touch helps you out, and the second touch is you're able to execute.
Hamid, and then to Lucia Hassan, gets it all the way back to his defender. And what would have been a very dangerous move. He likes to move step by step. Ismail Kapea will get a throw in for his troubles. It's going to be coming from the left side of attack of the Hadiyya Hossaina side. The pair doesn't control it. No, it's not a pair though, but they don't control it out on the left side. Who's that? Oh, I know. The captain of his side. Birhanu then brings it back to the center. Possession is of importance here. Al Hassan punches it through, but not directly to Dawa Otessa. Otessa says, I'm sorry, I didn't get to it. As Dicha were trying to come out. Oh, this is very obvious. Right in front of the referee as well. The yellow card goes out. So it's got to be Sanet Gabriel Medin, who is yellow carded. Very unnecessary tackle there. He simply looked at what he was going to do and decides to hack down his opponent. The midfielder, not Sanet.
He belongs to the old school of thought.
Which is that one now?
If you miss the ball, don't miss the man.
Oh, that was the old school of thought.
Yeah, it's an old school of thought.
So those old people really didn't want to think, did they? That can't be described as a school of thought. That's just a bad thought altogether. You don't need to go to any school. A school must be hinged on some very, very definite principles here. And that one of just going for the leg has no principle whatsoever in a game of football. 10 goal attempts so far. And only one on target. No goal in this game so far as Mekbib Degefu goes for it. Let's just put back into the game. Hortesa out on the right side to Dula Mulatu. Oh, he stopped short in his tracks. Doesn't make an impact on that right flank that he was going to come in through. And Dicha will have to look for an alternative to use that. Out on the right side. Apea has gone through two men. He's got only one more on the left side. And Apea decides to give away the responsibility. Should have gone in, trouble the defenders a bit if you're Bismarck Apea. You have possession. You've gone through two defenders. You have the ability to go through a third one if you wanted to.
He has the capacity. He has the build. He has the very good technical application. He has the speed. I'm not sure why he has not utilized his potential, because I've really not seen Apea's potential when it's actually moving to the final third.
Well, even now he's in a very good position to receive this ball. Otessa gets there ahead of him.
It's a mix-up.
Yeah.
It's a mix-up.
I'm just not sure about how they were going to do it. Everybody's challenging for it, but everybody leaves it behind. It's going to be a foul in the middle of the field here for that tackle that comes in on Cherinet Guksa. It's coming from the captain of the other side, Ernokar Feature. There's been lots of tackles here. Some of them legal, some of them illegal. Some of them are just simulations, but some of them can actually occasion you injury. Yeah, Bismarck Apea at that moment was the one who felt it when he was brought down. It's now Cherinet Guksa who's down on the floor, on the ground rather. 55 minutes, we have 20 fouls, Gilbert. How else should it be played?
Yes, Bernard, and the best way to avoid fouls any part of the field is to act faster. That is the best way, because we've already seen that the ball is moving fast, and therefore one touch or two quick touches should be able to help the players move the ball a little bit faster.
You're being watched, Gilbert. Everything you're saying.
I think he had to.
Ashanafi Bekele cuts a very good picture in the bench on the other side. Looks like well, it looks like he can give instructions to anyone at this particular moment. It's going to be a foul. Referee has cut it out, clamped on it. Went on Bismarck Apea. And he seemed to have been feeling the pinch there. It's going to be a foul here that will be given to Hadiyya. Yeah, you see the likeness to him and Shimekit, don't you?
Well,
I'm talking about one of the Guksa brothers, Antene, who has brought down Tessa. I can tell you Dao also just goes down in front of Antene. Not necessarily because Antene has touched him, but that's so much part of the Ethiopian game. And it takes a very close watch to be able to cut it out. And out swinger, that will be picked up by the goalkeeper. He wants to start a quick one. Throws the ball too far away, in my opinion, Gilbert. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that.
He shouldn't.
Al Hassan chips a very big one to a pair.
He won't get it.
No, he can't.
They need to weigh the pass. I mean, it has been very, very legible. And both sides, even the coach, in brackets, Mourinho, knows that you need to calm down, especially when you're moving into the final third. That is where you need to get more organized.
Zulolem Shifarao seems to be in a little bit of desperation. I mean, he almost looks like he's giving instructions about giving up and, you know, wondering what else should have been done there. Mike Bib de Geff sends it up at the front. Birhanu then out on the right side, looking for a through ball here. Waited in good time. The goalkeeper comes off his line. Good timing of the run. It almost made it look like the feed was delayed, but had it gone even slightly earlier, it would have been offside. So I think it was good timing on that.
It was very, very good timing on the right-hand side of the attack.
Just to say, 2 times it's been done to me by the captain here. Enokan Feature simply gets out of that situation. That's a foul. No two ways about it. In fact, it's a yellow card offense, that one.
Yeah, he tackled them and
he just hit him on the side. This would have been a very good through ball, but then the diagonal run by the Wolayta Dicha forwards, not quite to expectations. Should have been faster. Should have been cutting in, shouldn't he?
It's also a very good reaction from Muntari in goal, because he actually closed down the space and made it very, very small for Wolayta to be able to produce any meaningful attack.
Well, I totally agree with you. As a pair comes to pick it up again in the midfield. Pair is much stronger than just that. I mean, ordinarily he would have just continued with his business like nothing touched him. But I think he gets tripped in the process as well. Birhanu will get the benefit of that challenge. Sigai Birhanu. He's going to get a free kick for his side. Yeah, that's a high boot. Comes off Biruk Kelbore. He already has a yellow card, so he should be very careful about getting a second yellow that will send him off the field of play. Needs to know just how high he can go, how low he should stay. Good take by Idris Said. But Al Hassan and his teammates had managed to sneak it into their position. Now again, they've let it go out onto the other side. Trying to build it from the left side is a good idea. But a pair without his Dawa is just signaled for offside after he had controlled it. Yes, he knows it's that close. He can feel it. And he was already getting himself ready to get the ball into the net. Had already cut off one defender. You got a chance to see it again. No, he's not offside. No, he's not. I think they've just been denied a very good goal, Gilbert. Yeah, like
there is no offside.
You can understand his disbelief there.
There is no offside. There is no offside in that particular instance. That's a ball that was given to him by none other than Bismarck Apea. Again, the first assistant denies him an opportunity.
Well, I think sometimes there's a little bit of a problem because you see it only once, and unless there's something else that we missed that makes it an offside, well, you'll be the judge of it as well. It's carved back onto the left side. Jula Melatu doesn't get onto this one, but then this is a foul on the goalkeeper. The captain pushing very hard from the left side. Enoch feature. I'm still not sure why Dao Tessa's goal was disallowed, but I may be wrong in my analysis of it. You help me look at it when we're able to see it. The ball comes off the... Well, that's offside for sure. But I'm talking about a very early move here. This one, there was no doubt about it. They're going to be making a substitution on the Hadiyya Hosaina side. And they're bringing in Medane Birhanege. But what do you think about this for Dula Mulatu?
Well, I think Mulatu has really not lived up to expectation. He has really not provided the punch that is needed as an offensive player. And I think Hadiyya Hosaina's coach, Ashinafi.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. There is absolutely no offside.
No offside at all.
Yeah. But you know, we see it twice and thrice. The assistant sees it only once. But that was totally wrong. Totally wrong.
That's a wrong call.
Well then, you're gonna feel a little bit. I don't know why Mr. Bera Brideo is also staying literally inside the field a little bit. It should be on the outside. That's a little bit of a problem there.
I'm sure whether he's aware that he's actually standing on the field. At this point, Degu Debebe is keeping him onside.
He is onside, but look at the assistant as well. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Look at the bottom of, you know,
he's in the field.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to see everything very clearly there, but he's inside the field as well. So
he should have seen better.
You know, he needs to stay in his line.
Yeah.
This one's into the area. It's going to count as a goal for Wolayta Dicha. And two men are claiming credit for it. It's going to be Birhan, who I think who's going to take the ultimate credit, and not Enoch feature. Yeah, Birhan, who says thank you very much in what he thinks should count as his fifth goal for Wolayta Dicha. Very unexpectedly, at a time when it is the Hadiyya Hosaina side that seem to have been making onslaughts on the other side. But Zelalem Schiffer has just been given a reason to believe that he can do much better now. Here it is again.
It's a good run.
Is there any... There's no danger of offside there. The delivery is good. Two men are going down on it.
That's a very, very good run and very good delivery by Wolayta Dicha. Look at how Birhanu runs on the opposite side. The goalkeeper is the near post. He looks at the distance between the goalkeeper and the far post and places it right there. What a well-taken goal and a good header from that man who scores his fifth goal of the league.
Well, it's counted. And the scoreline has changed. Hadiyya Hosaina 0, Wolayta Dicha 1. Courtesy of Segai Birhanu. That's going to change the way it's going to be played now. The Hadiyya Hosaina side is probably going to be very sharp up at the front, or know that they need to be sharp at the front. Pushed forward by Idris Said. Getting it onto the left side is the best of the ideas that they have at the moment. Cherinet Guksa. He's losing his footing for no reason. Cherinet should have done that earlier. Alassane was yellow carded for sub infringement earlier on. Gugsa should have known that he was in a position to be able to take a shot earlier on. That's him again. This time round, he's been fouled, and he's going to get the free kick. I think they're very tired moments that come into the game of football sometimes as well. As soon as you get into the 65th of the minute and all that, this is very unnecessarily coming from Emmanuel Gobena. Well, at this time in the Premier League, there are no small teams, Gilbert. It doesn't matter if you're in position 9 and the other team is in position 4. You know, in any situation, it is the people in the mid-table who are always the ones who make the changes.
Oh, yeah.
So they are the ones who are pushing to try and get to the top.
They will pull anyone down with them. Anyone.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
These men are used to being at the top in the top position. Wolayta Dicha is going to be taking a free kick. And it's Jared Dawi who takes it, forcing Muntari into a punching save out of the field of play. The Ghanaian goalkeeper will always live up to expectations as well. This time he does. In the instance in which the goal was occasioned, he simply watched it going onto the other side because it was too far for him. Yeah, you can hear him saying, "Watch your guy." Oh, this is another one in the net. Muntari has indicated to everybody to mark their men, but they forget to look at the right side of the post. And Wolayta Dicha have scored a second goal here. This celebration is being taken all the way to the coach while Muntari is complaining. And a piggyback ride is what Cherinet Gugsa will get for his troubles. It's goal number 2 for Wolayta Dicha. And I tell you, they haven't even used the players that they are supposed to have signed yet, who are watching from the outside. No small teams and no big teams in the Premier League. It's just what you do on the field. He's in a good position. He's been kept on side by the captain. Cherinet Gugsa is the toast for this one.
It's good reflex. He is in a prime position. He gets the ball back from a defender, and look at his celebration. There is no doubt that Cherinet Gugsa scores the second goal of the league and puts the coach Delalem Shefarao in a prime position as one of the best coaches that we've seen.
That's what she says. Oh, she loves it. No doubt about it. She likes it. She likes the fact that it's 2 goals. So Saida nil, Wolayta Dicha 2. And a 68-minute goal by Cherinet Gugsa. Oh, I'm sure one of the men who would have been applauding him is his own brother who's playing in the same team with him, Antene Gugsa. And now together with his other brother, Shibeke Gugsa, they will be counting the number of goals round by round. Maybe they'll be teasing Antene and asking him, so where's your goal? Because Antene has scored only 1 now. Cherinet has scored 2. We'll get you the count for Shimekit, and we probably will find out how many goals the family has scored so far in the Ethiopian Premier League. Referee saying this is where the substitution has to be done. Kalusha Al-Hassan is going to be leaving the field of play. He is making way for Tesfaye Alebacho, a man who has already served a suspension for 5 yellow cards and who's now available for the team. And Al-Hassan takes the rest now. What do you make of that, Gilbert?
Well, I think it's just a question of bringing in an attacking midfielder, Tesfaye Alebacho. They feel that Kalusha has not really lived up to the expectation, and just wanting to rejig that midfield and see whether they can be able to pull something out of it.
What happened to Mekbib Degefu? He was trying to get onto this ball. Lands on his shoulder, lands a little bit awkwardly. He's got his wrist bent a little bit when he's going over it. And yeah, it's in one place, he confirms. Even as the physiotherapist Barka Bakalo had already gotten there. We'll take a water break. The dehydration. And also just the fact that it's been allowed because of the COVID protocols. We'll give Ashinafi Bekele a little chance to be able to talk to his team again. And what do you think you should be telling them by the time they come onto the sides for the water break?
I think what has been seen here is that there's been lack of communication, especially when Wolayta have been in position of scoring. They've given too much space for them to be able to operate in, and now they are trailing by 2 goals to 0. For Zelalem Shefero, I think I was saying is one of the best tacticians I've seen because of his influence on this team. Since he came in, they've literally not lost a single match. They won 3-1 against Jima, drew 0-0 with Bahadar, beat Sidama 1-0, and they're actually leading against a team that he was touted to be a title contender.
It is still a title contender. It's not just being touted. It is. It's still in the fourth position. And if anything happens here, they still remain in the fourth position. It's just that Wolayta Dicha will move up. And that is what we have to look at. And Zelalem Shifra knows it as well. I'm just wondering, nobody gave the referees any water. That's not being fair. Everybody else was taking a swig of water. Oh, yeah, they only watched from there. Oh, not a good show from the branch of the federation. Must make sure that you're providing it for the referees as well. Is it with a half-hearted attempt to try and go for a shot towards goal? And we'll have to dash back into his line of defense now. The Ugandan defender has certainly seen some good days of defending on the Hadiyya Hossaina side. Talking about a throw-in that is intercepted by Hadiyya, and a handball given by the referee. I don't know what he's telling the referee. I don't think the Wolayta Dicha side minds anything that is being said at the moment. 2 goals that they are leading with in this game, and they've changed their striker, Gilbert.
Yeah,
he used to be a male.
I think that's the new signing.
Yes. Oh yeah. No. This has been a long-serving player on that Wolayta. On that Wolayta support branch. I can tell it's just that she's not been taking the striking role. But I think in the transfer window, maybe some of them have gone elsewhere, and she has had to fill in for it. She's doing a good job, don't you think?
Yeah, I think what you're saying is that the captaincy has changed.
Yeah, you can change even the striking has changed. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And for Hadiyya Hossaina, they really need to give a performance that would make fans want to sing their praises as well. Trying to get into the right side and trying to get the ball to a better position for a strike. Doesn't work out for them on the right side. Well, maybe now they can do it better to Bismarck Apea. Apea has waited and then has given the ball to Otessa. No, Otessa. Oh, look at his eyes. It's making it look like something unbelievable has happened. The only thing that has happened is he's gone down for no apparent reason.
And look at the number of green shots.
This is going to be offside then, says the referee. Again, Bismarck Apea will protest that there was somebody else putting him onside. It will be just the second time that he will feel unfairly treated on that. And given the fact that they also felt unfairly treated in a goal that they should have felt they should have been awarded, here is marginally offside. That's a good call. Marginally offside.
Yeah.
That's definitely offside. Apea can't see it as best as we can, and that's why he's intimating that he was being put onside. And I think Hadiyya make another substitution. They bring in Michael Joreje. Played 45 minutes against Jima. And again today, we'll be playing less than 45 minutes. He's got 26 minutes to play and make an impact on this one. It comes in place of Enokar Ficho, who is the captain of the side. 74th minute substitution is not too bad for Joreje, but I don't know about the captain. This is a pass that is not going to be completed as Hadiyya will pick it up again on the left side. Oh, the run is cut short in the midfield. Idris Said takes it. Muntari has to come off his line. This is chipped down onto the right side. And the goalkeeper, Magbib Degefu, will be the one to stop it. Okay, time for a little bit of showboating then. Second time in match day in week 14, match day number 82, game number 82 and 83. We've seen the showboating coming in. When you're 2 goals ahead, maybe you've got a chance to do that. But 15 minutes is a lot of time in a game of football. Anything happens in those 15 minutes. It's going to be a throw-in. It's a very big jump coming from the captain of the Wolayta Ditcha side. Be careful. Degu the Bebe has got to watch out as well on the kind of action he's having. What do you think is going on in the mind of Ashrafi?
Well,
2 goals remaining.
Yeah, it's just looking at a way of how to be able to break down that tightly knit Wolayta Ditcha side that is sitting very, very deep in their own halves and thwarting all the dangers that are coming.
Well, I was going to ask you to advise him on how he's going to be able to break it